let's rewind to like 2019. After I got married, I started gaining weight, and you don't realize it when it's happening. You just say, "Oh, I'm never gonna hit this mark." And then you hit it, and everything just kind of continually builds up, and you don't really realize what's happening. Started packing on the pounds. And next year, I got pregnant with my daughter. And then the year after that, got pregnant with my son. So I'm just like, bam, 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 pregnancies, COVID, full-time nurse, and just going hard. And you just kind of let yourself like fizzle out in the background, and you put your husband first and your job first and your new kids first. I think I really realized that I was letting myself go the way that I was because I was dealing with such sick patients that I'm like, oh, they are unhealthy. I'm not unhealthy. So I'm fine. I'm doing great. And that just kind of all piled up. And I would do like random fitness programs here and there. Like I did one that's geared for postpartum women. And this makes me so mad. It was geared for postpartum women, but there's absolutely no accountability in this program. You've got the postpartum mom brain. So I forgot that I was even doing it because there's no accountability. So like 6 months goes by and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been paying and I have done like two workouts. Like this is crazy. So stuff like that happens and you just kind of lose hope of like the fitness journey. And I think I told you guys when I first started the program, I just thought like before and afters could happen to everybody else, but that could never be me. Like I could never be a before and after. I don't have the time, don't have the energy. I could never be a before and after. So started the program in February of this year, and I just kind of was sick of not having my clothes fit. I just felt frumpy and everything. I honestly had given up on any style. Like I was buying just like t-shirts from Costco and leggings, and that was it. And I hate everything in my closet because I don't fit into anything. And that's kind of what the tipping point was. I was like, I need to feel better. And it wasn't even that I wanted to look better, I just wanted to feel better. So I started the program in February. I didn't really know what to expect. I thought I would get my ass kicked and that it would be super overwhelming. I didn't realize how easy that all of the changes that you've implemented in the program could be. It's not overwhelming at all. And I'm very thankful that the program allows me to do my workouts at home. I'd say the biggest transition for me was the eating. I was under eating, severely under eating, and I did not realize how much protein I needed. I think I was probably getting like maybe 30 grams of protein a day. And when I first started the program, my husband's like, "Holy cow, you're eating a ton." And I'm like, "Whatever." And he started seeing the weight fall off. But after a few months, he started seeing the changes and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like you do need to eat a lot. Like, okay, your workouts are working, your protein is working." I didn't realize how simple the changes could be implemented. Like I said, I expected to get my ass kicked, and it was not an ass kicking. It was like doable changes that once you're kind of in the groove and in the habit of them, it's just so easy to implement day to day. And it's so amazing when people around you start being like, "Holy cow, are you doing Ozempic? Like, what are you doing?" I have gotten the Ozempic comment like I kid you not, probably like 10 times. And it's almost a little bit heart crushing because I'm like, no, I'm putting in the work. Like I'm doing it the right way and I'm gaining muscle. And I let my friend borrow a rain jacket that I had on a fishing trip in Astoria back in 2020. The rain jacket was always pretty snug on my hips and I didn't feel comfortable zipping it up. You could just see like a little pooch and I just left it unzipped for myself and that's just how I wore it. But I gave it to my friend and she could zip it and it fell loosely over her hips and it hit her upper thighs. And I was like, oh, the rain jacket's never gonna look like that on me. And it's my rain jacket. Like this, it's such a bummer. Like I just have such cute clothes, but I'm too big, you know? And I tried it on the other day and it freaking fell over my hips and it hit my upper thighs. And it was like the coolest moment ever. It was awesome. It was such a cool moment.
You've been in the program for 8 months and you're down like 26 and a half pounds. Did you anticipate that kind of progress?
I always said it couldn't be me. It couldn't happen to me. Like I just kind of expected to put in the work, but for nothing to happen. I know that's like mentally just so messed up, but and it's not even that I'm negative on myself. I just have seen so little progress from the programs that I've done in the past that I just expected to, I mean, work out and for nothing to change. It is kind of overwhelming and exciting and like pretty incredible to see the scale go down. And like to see my clothes fit again, I'm like actually excited to redo my closet and go shopping again and feel like an actual like woman again, not just like a frumpy mom that's just kind of there. I feel like I just walk around my house now and I just feel good, just feeling light and joyful. It's the weirdest thing to say, but I just feel proud to get to walk around my house and clean it and take care of my kids, and I just feel good doing it. Nothing is a burden anymore. It just feels lighter. Everything feels lighter. It's crazy how much they pick up on working out and eating healthy. Lainey is so zoned into it. And I think that's kind of I didn't expect that because like normally I feel like in the past before kids, like when you're doing something like this, it's so easy to just hide everything from your family and your friends and do your workouts like whenever you feel like it and eat healthy whenever you feel like it. But she is so zoned into like, this is when mommy goes on walks and this is when I work out and this is what I'm eating. And nope, I don't eat this anymore. And when I don't do those things, she totally calls me out and she totally picks up on it. And it's super cool because she's young, she's 4, you know? So the kids totally absorb it all. And like I said, it's not anything crazy. It's just normal, just daily habits that are so easy to implement. So that program after postpartum with no accountability, that is not the first one that I've done. There's so many fitness programs being like, join this program and you'll see all these results. And there's no accountability. Once you give them the money, they're done. I was very intimidated coming into your program to have accountability. I did not want to do weekly progress photos. I was like, I don't really want to talk to a coach every day. Like, it's been so easy. It has not been intimidating. That's why the checklist on the app is so helpful. And after I would say about month 5, everything started to become less about, oh, Ebony will know, and more about like, oh, this is just a habit. This is like part of my actual life. So I think the accountability from the coaches and like the progress photos, it's so important in the beginning to build the foundation to a healthier actual lifestyle that you can sustain after the program. I think having the coach's accountability is night and day different and better than any other program, or
I love
else it would fail. I think that's the reason why it's successful, honestly. We all have the information. It's actually implementing everything and making it a habit that you can keep up in your life. It was intimidating to me at first, like thinking about a year, but my initial reaction was like, I have to do this. I have to do a year because I need these habits to stick. It's all wasted money if the habits don't stick, right? And it's all just like, oh, I'll do this for a few weeks and maybe I'll feel good. I was like, I need this to stick. I need this to become part of me. And I knew that initially if I didn't do a full year right off the bat, then it might not stick. And I don't want to risk that. Like, I want it to stick and I want it to work. I think I'm doing a pretty dang good job. It's so cool because I can now eat my whole day worth of food and I go in and track and it's literally spot on to my calories and protein. And I don't feel like I have to track anymore, even though I do. But it's just so cool to see those changes. And I'm like, I can pretty well tell if I'm at my protein goal or not, and I know exactly what I need to do without tracking to get there. So it's awesome. And another thing I want to add is like when I moved up here, it just became a routine to have a glass of wine every night or have a seltzer with my husband, and I would just casually drink every single night, like one or two, and it wasn't like I wasn't like, oh, I'm so excited to drink. It was just like a very casual, like daily thing. And now that I've been on the program, I can't even tell you how many times I've had a drink. It feels so freaking good to not to have that every single night. Like I don't even think about it anymore.
Isn't it crazy? Like society has gotten us to the point that everything is a drinking event. Every day is an event. And when we start to like shift our habits, we look at it and we're like, this doesn't serve my goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you don't do it every day and then you do it, you're like, wow, this makes me feel like shit.
Exactly. Yes. And I'm like, how are so many people blinded to this? Like, okay with feeling like shit constantly. They're like, you're not, what are you doing? And I would tell them about your program and I would say, and I'm hardly drinking at all. And they're like, oh, yeah, I need to get better about that. It's just so normalized and when you don't do it, you feel so good. And it's like you want to shout it from the rooftops that everybody doesn't have to feel like shit. Me not drinking as much, Josh has stopped drinking as much, and he's lost weight too, just from that alone. But it's so cool seeing my habits rub off on him too. And I feel so good. Yeah, it's so cool to think about. And yeah, when you're in that rut, you don't realize how toxic everything is and how miserable you've gotten to be. But just making these small habits has totally, totally changed the course of our whole life. And it's incredible. I never thought it could be me. I never thought it could be me.
And now
So
you are the
so
before and
happy.
after girl.
Yes. And I'm
Yeah.
still going. I'm not even close to finished. I remember my mom told me I was my most confident right after I had you and your sister in my early 30s. And I just remember passing my early 30s and I'm like, I am not like that. Like, what am I doing wrong? I want to feel the best I have ever felt in my 30s. And I was like, what do I need to do? And that's kind of when I started like turning my wheels and looking at your program more closely and being like, I need to change something so I'm like my mom and I feel my best in my 30s as well. So I'm
Yes.
so happy getting it done and doing it sooner rather than later.